Alright, Chef Nooner here. We're going to make empanada dough. It's very similar to biscuit dough or pie dough. In my bowl here I've just got some flour and some salt that I sifted together. The key with this is everything's cold, so I mise en place or measured everything and then placed it in the cooler. We want the butter nice and cold, and what that does for us is when it stays cold here, when it goes into either the oven or the fryer, that's when it melts, and when it melts it creates steam and gives you the puffiness or the flakiness. So I've got a dough cutter here. Some people use their hands. Your hands are a little bit warm, so the dough cutter is preferred. And I'm just going to rock the butter into our flour on the sides of the bowl. And we're looking for little pea shapes with the butter. Okay. Shouldn't take too long. It's okay to have some big pieces, kind of rustic. Stuck in there, go ahead and just scrape it out. So once you've got your butter all cut in into little pea-sized shapes, we're going to form a well in the center, and we're going to add our cold water. And we're going to fold that in. First it's going to look rather dry, and then as that flour starts to absorb some of that water, it should come together. And if you get scared in the beginning where it looks a little dry, just be patient. It'll ultimately come together, or we can add maybe a tablespoon of additional water, depending upon your measurements, how dry the room is, which I'm going to actually do. So when we do this, just like a tablespoon at a time, you don't want to add too much. Okay. Once it's kind of shaggy, we call it, where all the dry flour is absorbed, you can go ahead and switch it out onto a table. Actually, rather than my hands early on, I like to just use a bench scraper to fold and push. It just kind of keeps my hands a little bit cleaner. That way I don't bring all this dough over to the dish area. So it doesn't need to be perfectly homogenized or mixed, but we do want it to kind of come together. But you can see big chunks of butter in there. That's going to give us nice flakiness. So again, it doesn't need to come together perfectly. A little bit of rustic is actually preferred. It's going to give us more flakiness. So our dough will go into some plastic wrap. We're going to wrap and label either for today or tomorrow, depending upon your chef.